Hi guys, Patrick is here, and today we're going to talk about shipbuilding in Starfield. So we're looking at Frontier. This is the first ship that you will get from the game, and it's always bothered me that the design of this ship has always got really important parts exposed at the rear right here. It's kind of a strange design. It doesn't really make sense if you really think about it, because you got these important parts with the your reactor and your grav drive right there in the back, where if you're in a dogfight, enemies are going to be trying to shoot at you from behind you or at your blind spots, and these are right there going to get destroyed really quickly. So I thought it might be a better idea to try to cover them up with your habs or your structural parts. And I know there's a thing going around right now that basically they try to game the AI, because the AI ships, when they shoot, they usually shoot at the center mass of your ship. And what that means is that they would try to aim at the center of this little cross section here. So even when the gameplay reveals that they show the devs designing a ship that has an empty space in the middle, and I'll try to put a picture up, but I'm not going to do that because I think that's just gaming the game, and I don't really want to try to do that. I want to try to keep it a bit more realistic and treating this not as a game, try to keep the immersion just a little bit. So this is my ship that I came up with today, and I'm not 100% done yet, but I think it will work for what I'm trying to do. And so we'll go through some of the parts and show you what's going on here. Right now, what I have is two habs. I got this Shroud Eklund all-in-one on the top, and this is just a all-in-one berth, 3x1. What that means is that it's a like a living space on the inside. I'll show you the inside after we go through the parts. And so it's got the typical living space in there. This right here is just a connector. It's a storeroom piece, but I think you have an option of something else. And then this is another hab, which is a Shroud Eklund workshop. And this workshop has research station, workbenches, lots of things that you can use for doing research. Basically, these two habs kind of makes it so that this ship is basically your home base. And come to the important part. Basically, I have my reactor right here, hidden away in the middle, sandwiched between the two halves. And then I have my grav drive right here, right behind it. So the reactor and the grav drive are covered by the habs and the landing bay. So when the enemy is shooting at you, they're less likely to disable your grav jump capabilities and your power supply, which is pretty important. This is a cargo. You stick it right there, cover it up, so when the enemy's shooting at you from behind in a dogfight, you're not gonna get your grav drive disabled. And then so on the sides we have the engine covering it up, the grav drive, and here we have the fuel tank, the helium tank, helium-3 tank, covering the reactor on one side, and then the shield on the other side. I'm actually not 100% sure this is gonna work very well, but I guess we'll just have to do. And the reason why I put the shield generator here, I have these cargoes covering them up and down, and that just increases my cargo also, so that's really important. You can't really cover up your engine all that well. You're just gonna get shot at, because you're gonna need to have your engine kind of exposed a little bit, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. But I have 4 engines, so that is a lot, and that gives you a little bit more wiggle room with being engine disabled. This is a Nova Galactic. I got this at New Homestead on Titan, the moon of Saturn, I believe. This is a Straughlin landing gear. I don't actually like the look very much, but it's got the lander thrust that I need to keep afloat. And here is my docker. You can use other dockers, it doesn't really matter too much, but keep it the same design as Frontier, but it's pretty good, I think. I think you can put this on the bottom if you want to. Try to move this to the bottom. Flip it. There you go. So you can have the dock on the bottom if you want to. And I think that will work. It'll keep it easier for you to navigate inside the ship, because you will go in from the back of the ship back here, and you'll have to access the cockpit one ladder up, and the dock can be down here. But it doesn't actually really matter, and the reason why is because of the fast travel mechanic of the door access, like the zone that you have to go through. So I'll show you what I mean. So here, this is what I'm talking about. It is a bit hard to navigate if you have to go up and down the ladder, but as you walk through the landing bay door here, instead of pressing E on the PC, I don't know what the controller setup is, to board, you can just press R to go directly to the cockpit, but like so, and then you can get up. But when you have landed, it's not like you're going to be accessing the dock. You're landed on the surface. So here's the ladder for the access right outside of the cockpit. And if you need to go up to go to the dock, you go up the ladder. If you need to go down, you just jump. No big deal. And I have found that you can always just boost if you're really accurate with your controls. So here's the dock. The dock access up here. But if you put it down below, it will go right here. and that's always an option. That way you have basically everything accessible through cockpit. Go down and then you have access to the landing bay here and the dock over here, if that's what you want to do to make it more easily available. That way you don't have to go multiple locations for different things. But here is the workshop hab on the bottom. So you have weapons workbench, a spacesuit workbench, industrial workbench, you got the research lab, and if you have the all-in-one hab up top, oops, oh, not very easy, is it? But so here's the up top hab. You have the galley, so you can make food and edibles. I think the only thing missing is the pharmaceutical. It's not a big deal to me, but if you do use it, I think the choice would be to forego the all-in-one hab and go for the science hab. And we'll go back to the menu and show you what I mean. So I'm on my outpost. In my outpost, they have it. So we'll delete the straw eggland for now. I think the tile infirmary has it with the science lab. So we'll add both and check it out. So let's check it out. Oh, I forgot to talk about my cockpit. So the reason I picked this cockpit is because of the crew seating that it has. It adds extra crew slots. This is the science hab, and you get the pharmaceutical lab. Pretty good. Let's check out the infirmary. Research lab, and that's it. Oh, it's a pharmaceutical lab, so you can pick either the infirmary or the science hab to get yourself either a research lab, to get both the research lab and the pharmaceutical lab. That way you, on your one ship, you have all of the things that you need for crafting. It's pretty good setup. So here's, I'm going to show you a different choice. This is the Nova Galactic Workshop. Compared to Straw Eggland, this workshop has most of the workbenches, well, all of the workbenches, but it does not have a research lab. So you're gonna need a research lab from a different hab, and you have to pick either the infirmary or the science lab. And here I have the science lab from Nova Galactic. or the science hub. So with this setup, you're not gonna have a place to sleep, and sleeping is important, and the reason why is because you get the experience bonus when you get well rested. So that is the downside with the Nova Galactic Workshop. You don't have a research lab, a research station. So I still think the Straw Eklund is the right choice. With the Straw Eklund, you get the research lab and all the workbenches without having to sacrifice the bed. The downside with this combination is that you do not get a pharmaceutical lab. And for the people who want to craft their own drugs, that's kind of important, I think. So you're gonna have to make the choice. So I didn't really talk much about my weapon setup. The reason why is because I think with weapons it's just whatever you feel comfortable using. I have 4 of these Vanguard Obliterator Auto Projector. I think this is a reward from the Vanguard questline. So you're gonna have to do that questline. Starship Design rank 2 for these missile launchers. Rank 1 for these proton beam. I do have these weapon mounts. These weapon mounts are actually pretty cool. They're pretty lightweight considering. They're the same as the single weapon mount, but you get 2 mounts. This is just a normal cowling from Frontier. Same exact one. You can probably even mount another missile launcher right there, but that's no too much for me already. No excessive. I don't need all that. I already don't have enough energy as it is. Like I'm not able to power all these stuff. But I'm still on Class A ships. I don't have the skills for a Class B and C yet. And as you can see, with all these cargo holds, I have quite a bit of cargo for one ship, and I'm still pretty fast. Top speed 150. My mobility is 100 compared to Frontier's 71. And of course you can always upgrade Frontier with the upgraded parts that look the same, but Frontier has a really bad design where its important bits aren't exposed. So there you have it. This is my ship. I'm sticking to it. Not really. I'm gonna keep modifying it as I get better skills for the starship design and able to get Class B and C ships, so I can upgrade my reactor. With the starship design skill, I get more parts to unlock, and that will change my design. Alright guys, thanks for watching.